First word I use to describe Dr. Cottrell is committed. But as I'm saying that out loud, committed makes me think of John Wick. I don't know if that's quite the right. Okay, so maybe not committed because of the John Wick association. Dedicated. I would say he's dedicated.
What are 3 words you'd use to describe Dr. Cottrell?
Wow, I mean, there's so many words that can describe him. I think I'd start with smart. He's very, very smart. Agile. So situation presents itself and he can move quickly and do it. And innovative. He'll figure out a really clever way to solve the problem.
I like to think of him as an edge. I call him an edge walker, like somebody who walks on the cutting edge. It is a scary place to be. But he's forced us to innovate in ways that keep us excellent, right? Iolani is a place of excellence, and it has always been. But to maintain that, you have to change with the times.
In terms of how well a school responded and how quickly he could meet the needs of our student body, that's an example of how effective he can be, and that's something that's very admirable.
So when he first came, Sullivan Center had been built, but it was empty. It had space, but all the curriculum and the teachers and the classes had to be built in.
He mentioned when he first got here, they were about to pour the concrete pathway right in front of Sullivan, and I think one of the Kumus said that he had to write down what he hoped for the building and the programs and the students in the space. And so he said he took a Sharpie and he sat there and he wrote down everything that he had hoped this space to be. Every day we walk over that writing, I think he would have written that he'd want this space to have a culture, to have a spirit. And you walk in, you just feel like you're part of this story. We built a unlimited canoe. We built a plane. We have students doing amazing research every day. We have award-winning publications.
Tim really is just relentless, I would say, in a good way, where he just drives forward, continues to push forward. We'll be tackling things and something might come up, and in my mind, I'll say to myself, like, ooh, are we sure we want to do that? And then, Tim will continue to stand strong behind what we think is going to ultimately be best for the school, and he'll just continue to help push the school forward. And at the end, I gotta say that I'll look back and I'll say, that was a good call.
One of the things that is close to my heart that he supported in his last 10 years was the bringing on of Olelo Hawaii, and also the starting of Founders Day. When we initiated those changes, they were not a foregone conclusion. Not everybody thought that it was a valuable academic endeavor, but he was a stalwart supporter, and we needed that. We needed that in him to help those initiatives go forward. And that meant a lot to me as a Hawaiian person, but also I think it made richer the lives of students.
I think he does a good job at preserving the one team philosophy because, again, he's really busy, but he always makes time to show up to all the sporting events and make sure to ask how we're doing with our sports in school and life.
His time at management was really good. He always had time for us for extra help, and he never made it feel like we were ever a burden to him to fit us into his really busy schedule.
Dr. Cottrell loves and supports the fair, which is one of our biggest fundraisers. He just discovered this year that he loves making malasadas, and he will do so in the future.
I just remember, I think it was the first fair, Dr. Cottrell's first fair, and I was there working a late shift, and I remember walking by the cafeteria, and on that backside, he was there doing dishes during the breakdown shift. And I know it's one of those things where all faculty, right, you do what you need to do, but it was just one of those things to see our head of school doing something and modeling that nothing is beneath anyone, that by putting yourself out there and doing what needs to be done, whatever that may be, I think that's awesome.
So it's getting pretty rare to have one-on-one talks in person with him in college. But recently he came to Boston, and I was able, to have this conversation and ask him, how do I achieve what I want in college? And he told me just every day, take one step forward. And that's his secret, and I admire his work ethic. I know my father deeply cares about the Iolani community, and I'm glad to say that he's earned this dedication.
Tim, we're really lucky to have you. We're really happy you're with us, and we hope you'll stay with us for many, many, many more years.